Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the Music Industry Makeover with yours truly, DJ Ronnie Ron, D-Ray the producer, and we have Miss Tamika Hall with us here on the set, and she needs to unmute her mic, so then sort of
See,
You
you
came
making
out the gate, put me on blast.
you
I was
making it
like,
easy.
hey.
Don't make it easy.
I
Yes.
didn't say anything. I just did this.
Oh, you did. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, you was in the zone. I saw it. Yes. See, thank God for her. Simone, she couldn't make it tonight. She is a meeting, and so she'll be joining us next week. But again, we want to thank you all so much for tuning in. You know how we roll, all about again giving marketing promotional tips and give you some information. Like I say, we can give you tidbits here and there, but we're not going to give you everything, and we're not going to do the work for you because that's what you pay us for. All right, and hey, because we are industry professionals. But go visit the website musicindustrymakeover.com. All right, and also you can visit to check me out wherever I'm at, DJ Ronnie Ron. See my video shows, podcasting, everything that got going on. Hey, feel free to get in contact with me. But first and foremost, got to give shout outs to our sponsors, advertisers, and if you're interested in wanting to be a sponsor or advertiser, of your product, whether it's you're an artist or if you're an author or you're an entrepreneur, feel free to get in contact with us, like these businesses right here. As long as Lucky Sauce is in the building, the food is going to be right. That's what I'm talking about. Order yours today. That's right. Hey, Lucky Sauce is in the building. And also, do you see behind me those fries? Those are Krabby fries. Yes. Hey, and those things taste good. I had me some today. You all, hey, I'm telling you, Krabby fries. Hey, you need to get you some. So Lucky Sauce Barbecue, want to thank them and everyone else. Also, hey Brandy, how you doing? Welcome. Hey, thank you again. You all spread the word. D-Ray, hey man, what you got going on there, bro?
Oh man, we got a lot of projects rolling on. Excited about the new single from a recording artist by the name of Wayner Crumbly.
Yes.
She is from Charlotte, North Carolina, by way of the UK. And I produced a single for her that is dropping at midnight tonight. So we are very, very excited about that. And, we are looking forward to making some headway.
That's right. The Glow. All right. It's dropping. I can't wait to get the Glow, man. All right.
Amen.
Hey, good evening, Michael. Thank you so much. All right, for joining us. And we have Miss Tamika Hall, who's she's no stranger. You had the chance to get to know her very well. A woman that's on the move. She's an author and inventor, and the CEO of iworship96.com. Hey, talk to us. Tell the people about what you do.
Whew, okay, so. God has just blessed me to be able to take everything that I do, from as a child being told that I talk too much and parlay that into the radio station of I Worship 96, where we play the best in indie gospel and Christian music. So that's what we do. In my everyday life, I'm the chief designer of Tamika Inc. We are a graphics design company as well as a company that deals with PR. So I work with authors and artists from all around the globe. So that's just a little bit of what I do. And that's probably all that people really care about on tonight. So, and I see Danny giving me the side eye. So I'm just like, not going to talk too long.
That's all right. Keep poking the cage. All right. That's all. Because somebody said they was coming out with a cookbook and it was not. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Hey.
We'll see.
Danny's already talking about I can't cook and stuff, so
out
of a mug. I'm sipping ginger ale out of a wine glass. So I'm just saying.
Hey,
I didn't say you couldn't cook. I said it wasn't proven. I said it wasn't proven as of yet. How about that?
as of yet. All right.
I'll cook you a little something. I'll cook you a little something.
Oh boy, there we go. That's
All
it.
right.
Right
Hey,
there.
good evening to you as well, Facebook user. Again, sorry that we can't know your name or so, but hey, you all spread the word with night tonight. You know, as we always talk about our topic, marketing and promotions, and knowing your why, all of that. And we're going to focus on tonight with The Weeknd. All right. Hey, and we're talking about The Weeknd, the who performed on at the Super Bowl. Or and man, he is a testament of having a marketing strategy as well as investing in yourself. And so, Danny, man, you want to take it away?
Sure, sure. Now, I still have not seen this performance.
It was all right.
Because I am not a fan. I am not a fan of Weeknd's music. He is not.
Yeah.
I am not in his target audience. However, I recognize a good strategy when I see it. So the backstory is that traditionally the Super Bowl, the NFL, they do not pay for a halftime performance.
No.
In their eyes, the Super Bowl is the most watched television program on planet Earth when it airs, and you will never get any more exposure than you will being on the Super Bowl, which I
That's
have to
amazing.
say is absolutely positively true. And so traditionally they don't pay. This year we've had a pandemic, we've had the revenues down in the NFL with the lack of ticket sales, and so the Weeknd had to pay not only for his own travel, but he had to pay for his own lights, his stage, his people, his dancers. You know, he had to pay for all of that, so that came out to a cool $7 million.
$7 million.
7 million with a 7 and a million.
Man.
And so
Randy just thought it was a mess.
like I said, I recognize Brandy, maybe not. I recognize I'm not in the target. But here is the facts on that, and here's the math on that. The average independent artist would see 7 million as like, okay, first of all, why would he pay $7 million to perform at the Super Bowl? The Super Bowl, which was this past Sunday between Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs, was probably one of the least watched Super Bowls in modern history, but it still was in 96 million homes. Let's talk about that. 96 million homes. Okay. So even if you did the math on that and you said, okay, you know, there's going to be some people that are going to say, okay, the Weeknd is performing, I'm just going to watch something else, or I'm going to turn away. You think maybe of that 96 million, at least 50 to 60 million people hung around to watch his performance. Okay. Probably more than that. And you say, okay, 60 million people, $7 million. Well, you know what happened the next day? His streaming numbers on Spotify went up 200%.
No, 285%.
285%. So what does that mean? Before the Super Bowl, he already had 69 million subscriber monthly listeners on Spotify alone.
Wow.
That means that in essence, he probably could have had doubled that and a half to close to 140, 130 million subscribers on Spotify, right? So that means that by this time tomorrow, just on Spotify alone, he's probably made that money back. And then that's not mentioning Apple Music, that's not mentioning YouTube, that's not mentioning, you know, Deezer and all of the other Tidal, all of the other streaming platforms. And what else has happened? You know, he's put his brand in front of a large group of people that may not have ever heard of him before. Okay, new fans. Also, he is setting himself up for a tour that's going to happen in 2022, because as we all know, 2021, there won't be any tours. There won't be a whole lot of live performances. So, but he has positioned himself that now the fans that he just made will be willing to go and spend $100 some odd to go see him live. So it's all about really that strategic spending. You know, it's not so much as you have the budget. You know, you can we've said this time and time again. You can have $1,000 budget and put that against somebody with a $25 budget. And if the person with the $25 budget knows where to put that $25, they can outwork you,
That's a very good point.
Because they're strategic.
Exactly. Hey, Carlos says he wasn't my cup of tea, but it was well put together and the performance was flawless and it created a buzz. That is true. It sure did. Exactly. Yes, it's not chess. It's chess, not checkers. Exactly, Mike.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And so the moral of the story, the moral of the story is not only should you have a budget, not only should you be willing to invest in yourself, you got to be really strategic as to where you're putting your dollars. Definitely. You got to be really, really strategic. And this is why we always stress how your analytics are important. Being able to go and find out where your target audience is. Where are they listening to you from? On what platform are they listening to you from? Because what happens is the more information you know, then the more you can target your money to go after them. Because the idea is to really not just make a fan. You really want to activate a super fan. Okay. And what is a super fan? A super fan is somebody that's willing to spend $100 on you every year. Okay. Because if you get 1,000 people to spend $100 on you, you're grossing $100,000 a year as an independent artist. Okay. And that should be the goal. So
plain and simple. Tamika, do you want to touch on that as well with you being a marketer yourself?
Well, so it was my understanding, because when I realized we were going to be talking about The Weeknd, I was like, okay, let me watch it so I can know what I'm talking about. And I did a little research too. So it was my understanding that the organizers actually paid some production costs. I mean, neither here nor there. The Weeknd spent $7 million on top of whatever was given to him. And the reason for that is because his manager was saying he wanted it to be this great cinematic production. So, I recognize that The Weeknd has talent. I recognize that he's talented. I mean, I don't think that he's like the best vocalist in the world, but I'm pretty sure that he knows that. I had a couple of takeaways. I was elated that he appeared to have combed his hair. I was excited about that. I also marveled at how pretty his teeth were, because that boy has some pretty teeth. I don't know if he paid for them or what, but he had some pretty teeth. And then at the end of the day, I really do think that he accomplished what he set out to do with creating this cinematic experience. Like I really have a lot of respect for him. Like I said, the music it's not necessarily my thing, but I definitely have a lot of respect for him, because you're looking at, because this is in the middle of us having this pandemic, a lot of what he had to do was through Zoom. Like, that's what the manager said, that a lot of what they did to get this together was through Zoom and through emails and different things like that. And people have been trying to clown him and everything like that about him spending $7 million. But if you do know how to invest your money, if you know how to invest it, if you are somebody that people are willing to invest in, because they're saying he spent his own money, but maybe he spent his own money, or maybe he actually grabbed somebody and had some investors. He's somebody that people feel like, I can put money towards you. There's a lot of lessons that we can learn here. Number one, you absolutely have to invest in yourself. Number two, anytime you get an opportunity, put your best foot forward, whether this is, whether it is about you being, on the Super Bowl or what have you, or if somebody sends you to a church and you're singing to what appears to only be 5 people, whenever you have an opportunity, you put your best foot forward. You know what I mean? Because you just never know where that's going to come from. And I think artists have to get used to investing in themselves and investing with intention, because artists spend a lot of money on clothes. They spend a lot of money on hair. There are artists that are out there, they're buying likes, they're buying views. That is not intentionally putting money in your pocket. So even if you want to invest something, make sure that you're investing with intention and make sure that it's smart. And the final thing that I would say, I'm pretty sure when he put up his own money, not only did he kind of have his own strategy, but I'm pretty sure he had people around him that were helping to advise what was taking place. You know what I'm saying? So we are not an island, especially those that are, independent artists. You're not an island. So it's important to invest in the people around you. His manager was doing all of the talking, from the stuff that I was reading. The manager was doing the talking. He has to get paid somewhere. So sometimes we got to stop being so afraid to invest finances in this dream and in this gift that God has given us, especially if you have a dream of it being great.
Come on now. Hey, man. See, again, it boils down to investing, as both of them have said, and you cannot be afraid to invest. And
That's it.
I mean, again, how bad do you want it? What's your goal for your music? Okay. And because you don't really want to waste people like us, you don't want to waste our time or someone else or so that can help you get it to achieve your goals. But again, you have to have that marketing strategy, as Danny was talking about earlier, because there's a difference between a marketing plan and a marketing strategy. I'm not going to tell you that. You go and look it up for yourself and all. But the fact is you have to have a plan for your music. Yes, God has blessed you, whatever. Okay, but the fact is, you have to have a plan to get his music out there. He's not going to do it for you. It's not going to happen magically. I don't care how much you pray or whatever. Hey, faith without works is dead. Bottom line. Carlos says, I saw a couple of the dancers post videos of them on the bus going to the Super Bowl and walking in with them, which created a bigger buzz. And he said he actually knows one of the dancers. Hey, that is awesome right there. And see, again, that's kind of like with what fans will do for you when you build a fan base. They'll help market you pretty much. All right. And think about it, like with Beyonce, she doesn't really have to pay for marketing because she has a fan base. They actually do it for her. Say, hey, look, I'm dropping this right here. Bam, it's definitely going to grow. Mo says they don't get paid, but the NFL players. But the NFL pays for production. He wanted it to be extraordinary because what people don't know is the artists that perform at halftime see their sales, etc., hit the roof right after that. Exactly. That's why they don't mind performing for free. Exactly, man. Hey, look, that's the biggest stage in the world, as Danny says. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
but I want to go back and touch on something.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, I want to go back and touch on something Tamika said when she said something about there are artists out there that are buying likes. There are artists out there that are buying streams. Mm-hmm. Look, y'all, there's no shortcut to success. There's no way. And what is happening is, just like that we talked about a few weeks back, when DistroKid, which is an independent distributor, started mysteriously removing people off of Spotify's platform. Because their computers have determined the algorithm that people are using to buy streams. So basically, artists woke up the next day and their catalogs were off of Spotify, because now it has been detected that you didn't grow that fan base organically. And here's a hint. Here's a quick little nugget. Facebook does the exact same thing.
Yes.
They can tell when you're buying likes and when you're buying followers. Wow. They can tell.
And you how they can tell, Danny, for those that are probably sitting around going, well, how in the world can they tell that I bought these followers? It's all about the engagement. So if you're buying streams to a song, if you really had all those fans that you were pumping to just the one song, they would be listening to your whole catalog. Because they love you, right? If you're on Instagram, and I work with artists and I really help them build their brand and I help them build on social media, buying followers doesn't work either. Instagram is owned by Facebook. So, when it comes to Instagram, people will buy followers. It's all about engagement. Here's the thing, like, you really only see between 10 to 30% of your followers engaging with your stuff anyway. So it is so funny to me when I see people that have 100,000 followers, but you have 3 likes on all of your posts. It makes absolutely no sense to me. You said something really insightful. And the reason why I know you think it's insightful is because you tagged me in it. And you tagged everybody else that you think is affluent. And you only have 15 views of your video. That is how we know that you have purchased your little thing. One thing I did want to say though, when we're talking about, I'm kind of going back to what Mo said, and I think he really brought up a really good point that oftentimes I think a lot of artists, don't think about. Being in radio, one of the things that's like so funny to me is that I find a lot of times indie artists can be so incredibly rude, where mainstream artists are not like that, right? And what's interesting to me is that there's this sense of entitlement that a lot of artists can have, and that can be on either side of the coin, right? So when it comes to performing for free, one of the things that Mo talked about, it really is, what can I gain from that? So a lot of times, yes, you want the money and all that stuff, but what can you gain from that? Spending $7 million to perform for almost 15 full minutes in, what did you say, Danny? 96 million homes. And then when I looked at the YouTube video, there are 23 million views of that video. Everybody, in terms of Black households, I saw all kinds of people that were posting up about her, and I thought she did a phenomenal job. But you got all these people. Guess what? Her video had like 900,000 views to his 23 million views, right? And there were people that were on there complaining about the fact that he didn't change during his performance. He literally performed on 4 different sets during his 15 minutes. And so you look at the fact that there are companies that will spend what, 30, $40 million for a 30-second ad spot.
Yes.
We actually want to clown him for only spending $7 million that he's already made back, because he did make new fans. I mean, like I said, for me, I'm not really into his music, but I definitely respect him for the way that he went out there and decided to Michael Jackson that thing. I saw a lot of Michael Jackson influence in there.
Oh yeah.
In my face, I saw all that happening. So,
Right. I mean, you're right. And what does a fan do when they really hear?
Don't talk about it.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna get back to that, Mo.
Yeah.
But what does a fan do when you hear someone for the first time and you go, "Wow, I really like that."
Yeah.
You jump on Spotify, or in my case, you jump on Apple Music, and what do? You listen to everything that they have ever released. Right. You might create your own playlist, right? Yep. You're going through that whole catalog. Now, just imagine if it was just a fraction of that 96 million people, 96 million homes that decided to go back and stream your entire catalog on Monday.
Come on now. All that money that you'll be getting.
I'm just saying. I mean, you talk about clout, you're talking about money, you're talking about name recognition. Everybody was talking about him.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. Yeah. Everybody was talking about the mask or the jock straps or whatever was on the dancers' heads.
And some conspiracy theory dealing with religion.
Everybody was talking about it. But and it is that kind of exposure that if you have the chance, now I will say this, I recommend to my clients all the time. If you're going to invest in something, make sure you have a return on your investment. You know what I mean? Make sure that you're actually getting something out of it, like Tamika has alluded to. Because a lot of times you can be spending money for just no good reason. And this industry loves to profit on people who are ignorant.
That's how they make their money. Exactly.
Yeah, the industry loves to profit on artists who are ignorant of the business.
Yes,
so
definitely.
Maybe we'll save that for another show.
Oh, yes. I want to go to Mo's comment here. Most gospel artists don't know the hustle. They're waiting on church invitations. Exactly. That is a true statement, brother. And that's why they're in the same situation 5 or 6 years from now, going nowhere.
I go back to, and Ron, I'm probably going to keep going back to that clubhouse that we were in with Fred Hammond. I'm going to keep going back to it because he kept dropping so much knowledge during that time.
I think Tamika was in there too. Yeah.
Was Tamika in that when he talked about
I think so.
That it's only 17% of Black households is going to church. And it was like, all of you gospel artists in here now are trying to go after that 17%. And then you got these large amount of people who don't really believe in church anymore, but still follow Jesus. And y'all are not marketing to the culture. You're marketing to the church. And you're missing you're missing a whole audience out there that could be supporting your ministry, could be supporting your art, because you are locked in to this whole mindset of I for the church, waiting for the church invitation.
Come on now.
This is what I love about the God that we serve, is that, you know, the word tells us that our gifts will make room for us. What I want artists to understand, that even just off of one song, there are so many ways for you to cultivate it and to make money. So you already have the song, right? A lot of Black artists don't think about turning their song into sheet music. Okay, that way you can cross other barriers, right? Because obviously a lot of times in Black church, you have a lot of people that they play by ear and things like that. But if you want to cross over, you want to go into other denominations, they want sheet music. So take that one song that everybody loves and turn that into sheet music. That's another form of revenue off of that one song. You need to be creating merch off of that one song.
Exactly.
What are some great lines and zingers out of your song that you want people rocking, right? Like, what is something that people would love to say? I cannot stand it when people throw their face on their shirt. Listen, this is just me speaking to y'all as a publicist. It drives me insane. I am not Beyonce. I am not Michael Jackson. I am not Janet Jackson. Like, nobody, you're not Kiara Shear. Like, nobody cares, really, honestly. They don't care about your face being on the front of your sweatshirt. You want to know why? The people that are going to buy that are going to be the people that love you. But if you want to actually make some money off of that, throw some quotes on there that people want. I'm trying to tell where my over in Malaysia, Australia, England, I have t-shirts that have been sold all over the world. That is not me being braggadocious. This is me telling you to get outside of your mindset where somebody says, oh, just throw your CD cover on your shirt. I don't care about your CD cover. What? No, put a nice logo, put a nice saying on your shirt that people want to read, and it ministers to them. And then what you do is you put your website underneath that. So when people are reading the shirt, they automatically have a piece of you too, right? So what's that? Did I say that? I said merch. That's 3 different things. Stop just being an artist. What can you speak about? You sing about God. Can you speak about him? Can you talk about him? Right?
Man.
I tell you, I work in the world of publishing. I publish books. Guess what? A lot of people that sing, like, you're already a preacher. You're already ministering the gospel. Can you take that song and turn it into a devotional? Then you can publish a book. Then, oh my God, you got
That's
people
right. She's dropping jewels.
Something that God gave to you, and now you're more than just a singer. Now you're more than just a musician. You're somebody that's actually teaching God's word. Guess what? So now then somebody wants to bring you to their church and they want you to give a workshop. Oh my God, we've just encountered 5 different ways that you can make money off of that one song. And I really could go on and on and on. But I'm just saying, we got to get out of just thinking that it's only about the music. God gave you a voice because it needs to be heard in multiple ways. And everybody's not going to like the way that you sing. Like, I started off, people got to know me as an artist. They got to know me. But guess what? Guess how I started to kind of be known and build my platform? When I created a podcast, right?
Wow.
I created a podcast. Then from my podcast, I was heard on a radio station in Canada, was hired to have my own daily show Monday through Friday. I was broadcasting from my little apartment in Maryland on a station in Canada, getting paid to do international radio from a podcast, which started because I was an artist and I wanted to interview other artists and learn their secrets. Oh my God.
Wow.
Y'all, and I made money off of that podcast. Y'all better stop just being an artist. Stop being an artist and find ways to monetize yourself. I get passionate about it. God gave us something.
Come on, and you would have dropped so much jewels here. She's an artist, y'all.
You know what? Tamika might just be all right.
Hey,
this might be,
is.
But what's confirming about that, and I really don't want to put him on the spot, but we got a guy that's in the audience, Carlos Massey. He goes by, he's a stand-up comedian, Big Los. He did just that. He was on a podcast and saying got said, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to put that on a t-shirt.
Chocolate
and that has Chocolate Goodness. I think it was a guess that
I
it was
think
a
that's
lot of
her.
men that were on the panel, and she
Mhm.
said, "Look, I'm surrounded by all of this chocolate goodness," and he
Yeah.
said, "You know what? I'm gonna make a T-shirt." The next thing you know, my man got a whole chocolate goodness line that it went to chocolate goodness, to caramel goodness,
Aw.
to HBCU goodness,
Come
Yep.
on.
and this whole revenue stream, and it came from being able to think outside of I just want to tell jokes. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? I
Hey,
want
Carlos, post your link. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, do that. And so that is confirming to Tamika. I tell artists all the time, there are at least 40 different ways
Come on.
you can get paid on one song.
Come on.
40.
On one song.
If you want to know what they are, inbox me. We'll have a consultation. But
Yeah.
there's at least 40, right? So the idea that you think that streaming is going to be your bread and butter, no, no, no. That is a small, 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 small portion of where you should be getting your revenue from.
But
Wait.
Danny, even with you talking about Carlos and him creating chocolate goodness, guess what? He still had to invest, which is where we started this conversation. If you are not a graphic designer, and I'm gonna tell you, I got into graphic design and things like that because at the time I couldn't afford someone. So I've never been to school. And Ron, that
Mhm.
is literally my livelihood. God has blessed me to
Yes.
work 100% for myself. And what I do is design
Yes.
all day, 8 days a week.
Awesome designs.
But
Yes.
it's all divine. So so if you're not somebody who knows how to design, then you have to invest in a good designer. I'm sick of these janky shirts. Like, listen, everybody has a t-shirt now. I'm gonna say it. Like, even if you have words, can it at least be an interesting font? Like, can we not use Times New Roman on the front of the shirt and think you can charge $30 for a t-shirt? Hello, what are you saying to me? I'm not spending money on that. Make it interesting. You know what I mean? So even invest your time. We also kind of alluded to the fact that a lot of times artists, or anybody in the industry may not really, they don't understand the game themselves. Like you
Mhm.
need to understand what you're doing. So even if you do come to me and you're like, Tamika, I need you to publicize me. You go to Danny, you go to Ron, and you want somebody to promote you. Do you even understand why you're parlaying some of your finances into somebody that's promoting you? And then when you do hire somebody to promote you, please understand you still need to have a little bit of finance because some of these radio stations still require you to pay for some airtime.
Yes.
Like there's investment that's required all over the place. So if you don't have the finances, you better get out there and Instacart bag some groceries and make some extra money. There's money in some Instacart. I'm trying to tell y'all, last year when I was down on my luck, I was making $600 to $700 a week bagging somebody's groceries. How
Wow.
far are you willing to go to make sure that you can eat and you
Come
can
on
make
now.
and grow?
Speak that. I'm glad you said that. All right, because you did what you had to do to
Come
get
on.
to where you are. And again, we have some artists that have that entitlement mentality. It's like, well, no,
Yes.
I'm not doing this now. I'm waiting for the Lord to bless me, or I'm waiting for, as most say, some church invitation and things. Well, that ain't happening, man.
First of all, come on now, get yourself together. Because
Thank
if you
you.
want a church to invite you, listen, that's the other thing. You got to put yourself out there and you have to have
Mhm.
good content. And again, you got to be more than just an artist. Now, I mean, some of y'all know y'all can show enough sing. Oh
That's
my
right,
God.
Brandy.
Like, can I build an altar right now so you can come and sing on it? But for those of us that got to work a little harder, I was one of them. I was never always really accepted in Black church. You know what I mean? So, because my sound is not that. That's not my sound. So, I understood
Oh
where I.
yeah.
Thank you, Dennis. Look, I'm just loud. I appreciate you being sweet. I'm just loud, honey. I'm just loud. But
That ain't ginger ale, but let me go back on mute.
it is. It's out with the lemon.
Hey, ginger ale with a lemon. I didn't know you put lemon in the ginger ale. Hey, man.
I'm bougie and I'm okay with it. Water out of here. Like I drink coffee. I'll put iced coffee here, y'all. Listen.
All right. Mo says, how about this? I learned this in Dame Dash Masterclass. Don't follow him, but I follow his business sense. He has some good business sense. Yes, he does. Your show is what makes money for you. The merch, etc., is for the fans, not the artist's income. It's like having penny candy in a laundromat. The quarters are the money. The candy is for the mom's kids. Why do artists tour because they make hundreds of thousands of dollars in one show. If gospel artists learn how to work a stage instead of doing a church service, they can make money. Hey, well said.
I see no lies in that.
Hey.
Can we please not forget that at the end of the day, it still is about glorifying God.
In excellence, yes.
The work takes place before you get on stage. Like, you should have a lifestyle of worship, and you should have a relationship with God before he ever puts you on a platform. You know what I mean? The word talks about the fact that if you're obedient to him, that he will literally put you in front of great people. The word says that. So yeah, every time you get on anybody's stage, even if it's a virtual stage, you better say.
All right, yeah, all right, I hear you.
Around. Okay, yes, absolutely, honey. Anything that goes in that glass, I got you. If I wanted to drink eggnog or milk, I'm gonna put some ice in it and throw it in this glass. But
you heard her say eggnog, right? You heard that, Ron. You heard that, right?
I make my own eggnog, and it is without alcohol, sir.
Hey, it is what it is.
At the end of the day, I think it still has to be about Christ, because I think if we do still keep that in the forefront, I think that God will elevate us. But my thing is, do the work behind the scenes. Get a tight brand. You know, your brand is what people will learn your brand before they learn you. And if anybody has learned anything about
that's a good point
in this shutdown, if you've learned anything about being in the shutdown, is that people buy into people now. The shutdown, this pandemic has been an equalizer across the board. So that's why you have these mainstream artists that don't mind sitting around and talking to us on Clubhouse for 3 or 4 hours, because that's where they can connect with people. So learn how to connect with people. And if you learn how to do that, I promise you, people are going to want to spend money, you know? And I think what Mo was saying, I mean, I agree with that in some sense, but baby, let me tell you, if you brand your stuff the right way, those t-shirts are going to be money in your pocket. So I understand what Dame was saying, especially today. I don't 100% agree with that, because if you spin it the right way, you constantly are a trendsetter.
Have a strategy.
Like you said that Carlos did, you pay attention to what people like, what they're saying. Oh my God, you can make a living. I make good money for my t-shirts. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. Just to piggyback on that, you know, I read that statement, Mo, and you know, I'm thinking like, man, what if gospel artists owned everything?
Oh man, that would be lovely.
What if they owned the laundromat? What if the candy stores were there? The candies was theirs. What if the dryer, all of that stuff? Do you own your own supply chain? Do you own your own masters? Can you create your own lane and your own revenue? And the real issue, if we're talking about Christian artists, is somewhere along the line, the idea of making yourself money and making yourself profitable and making a living became a faux pas, became quote unquote sin. You shouldn't be talking about money. You should be talking about the Lord. And that is a mentality that we have to get out of, you know?
Yes.
Art has to be sustained. I don't care what kind of art it is. It has to be sustained. So that whole idea that you shouldn't brand yourself as an artist, that you shouldn't be thinking about your revenue streams, you shouldn't be thinking about how can I expand, how, you know, can I make money? You know, to piggyback on something else on Tamika said, yes, my bread and butter is being a producer. I love working on music. I love recording. But guess what? When the pandemic happened and, you know, wasn't a whole lot of sessions, I had to fall back on what do I know? I know social media very, very well. I know graphic arts very, very well. I know how to read analytics. I know where not only the fans are, I can tell them where the bag is at. You know, so maybe I should start doing that too. And the next thing you know, you have pivoted into another revenue stream that can sustain you through famine.
Come on now. Hey.
Yeah, exercise all of your and Brady just said it. Exercise everything. You know, I you know, people see me, I have like the character Petty Patty, you know, just a lot of that stuff. I just do it because it's a outlet for me, because sometimes I just feel like my life is like so consumed with everything. So sometimes, and honestly, sometimes I just want to be petty and I don't want it to be attached to me, because I'm very cognizant of what my brand is. So you know, but you gotta exercise, you gotta put all your gifts to work.
Come on now.
And Danny, one thing that you probably need to be doing if you haven't done it yet is hosting some master classes yourself, since you understand how to do all that stuff.
Come on now.
You should be hosting a master class. And then this is the other thing that you can do. Get on something. I don't know if you've heard of Teachable. You probably have, since you understand social media. Put your stuff on Teachable or like Kajabi. And then what you do, once you hold that one master class for a nice, like, lower amount, offer it at a higher amount because people decided they wanted to be slowful in getting in it. And then you resell that course over and over and over and over again.
Come on, man.
That's a great suggestion.
All of y'all here. Again, hey, if y'all have any questions or comments you would like to ask us, feel free. Okay. Again, you know, we focus on the marketing and the promotions, and we stress that, you know, until it's blue in the face. So it is what it is. You can't escape the process, no matter how good your music is. Every artist, even in business, because you are a business. As an artist, you are a business. Okay. Yeah. And again, all businesses spend their money on marketing. If McDonald's, a $1 trillion company, still advertises, how come you're not? I'm just saying.
But then get this too, though. They market to all streams. So if you go to a certain part of Texas where Los Personas habla español, then you're gonna see a certain demographic on that television. If you go to a more urban area, you're gonna see people that look like us there, right? So that comes to analytics. What Danny was saying. What are the analytics? Why would we try to market ourselves to, do you even know who your target audience is? We try to market ourselves to everybody. Now, if you're going to do that, then make sure that you're strategic about what you're doing and at least have one population on lock and have that running before you try to tackle something else. I don't understand.
Well, I'm one of the guys. If you try to market to everybody, you're marketing to nobody. Okay. So, you know, you have to find your target audience, because everybody's not going to like your music. Just like, again, some of us don't like the Weeknd music. It's like, but again, we respect this craft. Yeah. But again, that fan base. All right. Mo says, I agree with you all. My point was, an artist makes money off of their shows. And of course, merch, etc., is an additive. Notice artists come back out to do tours because merch won't pay the bills. Well, right now, nobody's doing shows, but go ahead.
Yeah, let me push back on that one, Mo. The only time merch is not going to pay your bills is if you've been fool enough to sign a 360 deal when you done given away most of your merch sales. Because let me tell you, I have seen independent artists go to an event with 20 people, right, and walk out of there with $300 or $400 because they had merch and they had T-shirts, they had CDs, they had stickers, they had and so it's a one thing that, you know, you're not making money off merch because of a 360 deal. That's fine. But let's go back to something that Tamika said a while back. Maybe you just have ugly merch. You know, maybe you shouldn't let Pookie and Ray Ray and them design your shirt. You know, and so you have to make sure that your merch matches your target audience. And what winds up happening, if you don't know your target audience, you're not going to know the right merch for them. I'll give you an example. I was at a conference in Nashville a few years ago, and it was not our folks. It was the other folks, right? But it was this one contemporary Christian artist that had his entire music catalog on a jump drive, right? He's selling that jump drive for $50.
Come on.
And was selling out of them.
Wow.
Right? You spend $2 on a jump drive.
And that was my point. You spend less than $2 on a jump drive, right?
Wow.
But he knows that the majority of his target audience, they have computers and laptops at home. That they really don't go on Apple Music like that. They really don't do streaming or whatever. And they don't buy CDs. But they will get a flash drive and load up with all of the content that they have. And the next thing you know, you done made a super fan sale, right? You got to think outside the box. You talked about being able to speak and coming and doing a workshop. What if you had an inspirational song that now you could turn into a journal? You know what I mean? And now you're selling journals.
Okay. Yeah, hey man, I don't remember that part. Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the difference. So you're right. I think it was Mo. Mo, you're right. Merch is not going to make you money, but guess what'll make you money? Having a brand. So don't y'all go out there and put out another t-shirt. You start thinking about a brand. When I was doing my t-shirts, I just kind of got tired of doing them, but I just stopped and pivoted and did something else. But what I had was a brand. It was called Rock Your Faith. So it wasn't, oh, it's the Tamika Hall show, the singer. No, it was Rock Your Faith. I had a purpose for my brand. So it was Rock Your Faith. And basically it was like Rock Your Faith by Tamika Hall. So I had a website, but I had a brand. So you're right. I can't remember who said it. Maybe it was Mo that was like, okay, you got to be like FUBU or something. Guess what the difference is? They're a brand. They're not just a shirt.
Right.
And I've never seen, what's his name? Damon John. I've never seen his face on one of those shirts. Get your face off your shirt until people want to pay. I don't know. This just make somebody mad. Until you got people out there trying to get plastic surgery because they want to have your face, stop putting your face on a shirt. I'm sick of it.
You know what it really reminds me of? It reminds me when somebody passes away and all of the cousins and them show up to the funeral and a t-shirt got their face on it.
Well, that's different,
but that's what I see when I see artists do that. That's the first thing I think of. It's like, okay, that's not really the kind of look that you want for your music. No. You know what I mean?
Or they'll just put the name of the song on their shirt. Now, if the name of your song is not something really insightful, like if the name of your song is like, yeah, like what? Why do I want that on a shirt? Yeah, please get it together. Yeah. You walk around with yeah on your shirt. People are like, what does that mean? I don't want that shirt.
Oh, he says yes. That's what he means. Show me one artist that made millions on the merch table or at shows. Okay, yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you about somebody that made millions, but I know that when I was doing my shirts, I was easily bringing in like an extra 10 grand a year, and that was me just doing it on chill, and they were selling themselves. So that's what I'm saying now. If that's just one of the things, like if I really and sometimes I think I'm like, man, maybe I should have kept on doing it. But when everybody kind of started doing t-shirts, I was like, I'm out. Let me find and do something different that other people aren't doing, And that was kind of what I thought. But
that's very good.
Let me answer Mo real quick. Okay, so first of all, we ain't gonna have the numbers on merch because nobody's gonna tell us how much money they're making on a merch table. But I will use some deductive logic in saying this. I saw Prince in Raleigh, North Carolina in 2004. It was the Musicology tour, right? It was 19,000 people in that arena. And by the time the show was over, the merch table was empty.
Man.
Now, what was he? He was selling Musicology t-shirts for, I think it was like $30 that night. He was selling, towels. He was selling bumper stickers and stickers. So the moral of the story is the bag is at the merch table if you're doing the merch table right. If you're not doing the merch table right, nobody's going to buy your merch, period. Don't make a bunch of coffee mugs if your target audience don't drink coffee.
Come on. They need flask. They want a flask.
Did you say they wanted a flask?
A flask.
Yeah, they want a flask. You trying to give them a coffee mug, honey.
Hey, Danny said something powerful right there. Again, doing the merch right. The way you're going to do the merch right, doing the brand right. Again, finding that fan base, marketing and promotions, investing in yourself.
And also doing smart investing.
Smart like strategy.
I'm about to say it's going to be the last free nugget, but it's probably not. This is what a lot of people don't understand with what Danny's saying. Like if you do the merch right. Number one, obviously, if it looks a certain way, people are going to want to wear it. And make sure that your name or something's on there so that other people, when they're walking down the street rocking your stuff, then somebody's like, ooh, let me go to rockyourfaith.com or what have you. Mm-hmm. But what's important is understanding about profit margins. So sometimes you guys are so quick to want to put out some merchandise that you don't understand. Like you'll have a t-shirt made, and the person that you go to is Pookie and them, who is charging you $12 a shirt. And then you want to sell it like, and you know your audience is not going to buy that shirt for more than $15. Okay, so then you're only making $3. So no, baby, you're not making any money off that shirt. But if you were to take some time, and even if you had to save a little bit of money, take a couple weeks, like I said, if you don't get out there and Instacart or DoorDash or something and make some money with the intention of parlaying that,
go to work,
where you can get, even if you started off with 30 shirts and you can get them done for $2 a piece, even if you sold your shirt for $10. Listen, this is something I always understood. I released my first book back in 2005. That one book has made me over 6 figures, right? Why? Because colleges and universities have brought me in to speak and have paid me $3,000 for 60 minutes of my time.
Wow.
I am not lying to you. I'm not lying to you, right? So I always had merch. Even if I was flying somewhere and I only took 10 books, and this is what I understood. Online, my books were at that time were selling for like $15, right? When I went somewhere live, I only sold them for 10. Why? People can always find $5 from their friend, right? So when you go somewhere.
Oh, I think we lost your audio. We can't hear you. And so,
my back.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody
go ahead.
I thought I was.
I know your Wi-Fi is messing up a little bit.
Am I back?
So, yeah.
No, somebody called me. Can you?
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yes.
I'm sorry. I thought I was on airplane mode. But what I was saying is people can always find $10 somewhere, right? So you got to be smart about your audience, right? You guys are there trying to sell it for $20 and $30. If you actually get a gig that's out and about, let's be honest with some Black folks. First of all, you're having a hard time selling a $20 ticket. So you selling a $20 ticket, then you want to charge people $3 for a hot dog. You charge them $2 for a canned soda.
Speak it.
And then you want to charge them $30 for a t-shirt, baby. Nobody's buying your shirt. You want to know why? Because Pookie bought a hot dog for little Johnny sitting right there because Johnny was being loud during the concert. So you just got to be smart about what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. Be smart.
And then for spending money on a t-shirt, I'm not spending $30 on a t-shirt unless I know you, unless I have that relationship with you. But I don't care how good you are or whatever. I'm not spending $30 on no t-shirt.
And even if you're moving in integrity,
yes,
I'm not going to try to sit up there and sell a $30 t-shirt. But what I will do, I'll tell you what I will do. If I got a CD, I got a book, and I got a t-shirt, I will bundle them together and say all of this is going to be $30.
Come on, Danny.
I'll do that. I'll have a poster, a jump drive, and a wristband and say that's $25. I'll do that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I will bundle
for free for buying the jump drive.
That's it.
50 cents on it anyway. Who cares?
Here is the moral of the story. Your merch is not going to work if you don't know your target audience. If you don't know your target audience, you need to get with one of us. Mm-hmm. We will help you find your target audience. Because at the end of the day, you should not be out there just throwing away money or leaving money on the table. Period.
Hey, come on now.
Those that have an ear, let them hear. I'm just saying, don't you come to me and then you want to try and tell me what to do. I don't know how much I like money, but I'm not going to be stressed out over it. So
thank you.
Let them hear. When you come, make sure you're ready to listen and implement what you're being told. I'm just saying. Back to my ginger ale.
Man, hey, nuggets are being dropped tonight. This is what we do on the music industry makeover every Thursday night. Okay. Hey, and again, we'll give you tips here and there, but we're not going to give you the whole bag. All right. Because it is what it is. Time is more valuable than money. Okay. Time, because I can always get money. Money can be replaced easily, but time cannot be replaced. And so the time that we spent with you and nothing comes out of it, we've wasted. We'll never get that time back. All right. So come know with what you want to do. All right. Have a strategy. Have a plan. That's what the Bible say. What a man doesn't who doesn't count up the cost before he builds. All right.
You know, I feel the spirit of Tamika entering me.
Come on,
I'm just gonna say it like this.
enter in.
This is a big ocean that we're in. We're all out here trying to get stuff. We're all out here trying to survive, right? If you don't have that hunter mentality, I can't rock with you. I can't help you. You know what I mean? If you require being saved, this is not the business for you. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Now, if if I teach you how to fish, right? I teach you how to hunt. I tell my clients all the time, my purpose is to get you to the point that you don't need me in about a year and a half, right? That's my whole purpose, right? If you can't hunt that you in this business, it's going to be a problem for you. And that's about as nice as I can make it.
Hey, real quick, because we got a few minutes. All right, Mo says the other side of my point is those who don't get invited to perform get stuck with merch if they are not online or in the stores with a brand. I say they have to pivot.
If you get stuck with merch, that's your fault.
Exactly.
Because you didn't plan accordingly.
There you go. Yes.
And
pivot.
Darling. The whole thing of what we've been trying to say is you do have to build a brand, right? So even if you're not getting and I gave 6 different ways to make money off of one song, right?
And go back and watch it later. Yeah.
Absolutely. I gave 6 different ways on how to do that. So just like Danny said, if you're stuck with merch, number one, baby, that's because you don't want to hustle. Because if you really wanted to sell that stuff, you better put those shirts in the back of your car and drive on down the boulevard and sell your t-shirts. Okay? Like, come on. What is really going on? You better send out a text message to Pookie and Pumpkin and them and ask them to buy your shirt. I don't care. I need to pay my rent this month. I need you to buy a t-shirt. Give me a donation. I'm going to give you this t-shirt. Baby, they're going to get sold. You better get yourself together, folks.
Or you might need to Google the term drop shipping and figure out why you have inventory on hand in the first place that you didn't have a plan for. Okay. Again, I don't have no ginger ale.
Well, you sip your coffee. I'm going to sip my ginger ale.
Look, I don't care how spiritual you are. God is good. He's blessed all of us. All right. But faith without works is dead. Again, we're not impressed about your spirituality and how much you have Christ in you. You got to get out there and work. We all do. It is what it is. Okay. The diligent hand maketh rich. Proverbs 10:4. So get out there, learn the business. All right. And please don't come to professionals with your hand out. Hey, can you help me out here? I mean, because I don't have money to pay you, whatever. So look, let us make that determination, or any other professional make that determination if we want to decide to bless you. But don't come with your hand out first, because that's an automatic no. I mean,
if anything, come with a spirit of thank you, Mo. Come with a spirit of bartering. It's like, okay, you know what? I may not have the money to get these spins, but guess what? I'm a great graphic artist. Can I make a logo for you? I'm a producer. Can I make an intro for you? You have something that I can do that, I can make something. I can help, do something that I can come and say, hey, give me some spins. I can do this for you. As opposed to just saying, help me find myself.
Danny, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't even come to me with the spirit of bartering yet. Let me tell you if I want to barter. Don't you come to me and say, Tamika, I need something. Will you barter with me? I'm gonna be like, nah, because why don't you give me the pandemic pricing for mortgage? No, I can't barter. No. This is how you work with somebody, even if you don't have a huge budget. You come to them and you say, listen, I understand what you do. This is my budget. This is what I have. What are you willing to do with that? Because we'll be willing to work with you, but you're not going to get a $1,500 package.
Come on now.
With $150. And nobody's like sneezing at that. Listen, God says, take your little and make it much. So literally, if to me, my thing is, don't come to me with the spirit of bartering unless I say that, right?
Exactly.
Maybe Danny wants Uncle Danny tonight. I don't. I'm telling you, if the budget is not where you would like it to be, just listen, this is what I need. This is the amount that I have. What are you willing to what are you willing to do with that? And then allow the professional to say, okay, well, I'll do this for that amount. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is like, we got to stop trying to get free 99 all the time, right?
Amen.
Like nobody
Amen.
goes to McDonald's and says, can you please give me that cheeseburger for free 99? I'm a barter and wipe down your counter. Like nobody says that. I mean, like, what is wrong with us? I'm just saying, I go to people in my network. Like Ron is on my radio station. And when I need Ron to do something, I don't have a problem saying, Ron, what's the fee for such and such? Right?
Same here.
It's like, what is wrong?
Same here.
That's the problem with the Black community. I know we're over time. I'm just saying.
That's all right.
Asian community, Black folks always want to talk about the Asian community and how they're so upset that they don't, they won't sell the hair to Black hair stores and all this. Guess what? I forget the exact statistic, but they say, like, for example, $1 turns over what, like 100 times or something like that in the Asian community. In the Black community, it turns over like 3. What is wrong with us? If we would be willing to invest in each other, first of all, make sure you are putting out good work. Like, stop being janky with your work. I'm sick of y'all putting out bad work, and then it makes people not wanting to invest in me. I'm just saying, I'm sick of you. Get yourself together. But I'm just saying, why aren't we investing with each other? We want good work, but we don't want to pay for it. Like, what is that about?
I don't know.
That is the concept of Black folks begging for what they want, begging for what they need and buying what they want.
There you go.
And wanting sympathy when they don't get what they need. Really. Because you have a lot of people in the hood that say, I don't have a budget for promotion. I don't have a budget for production. I can't hire a publicist, but you got on $100 Nikes.
Exactly. Okay. Oh no, you was being generous with the $100 Nikes now.
Yeah, now it's $200 Jordans. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And but I gotta have my Jordans. Oh, I gotta have this PS5. Do you want the PS5 or do you want a career?
Man, wait, man. Hey, look, man. I sure hate to leave this because all good things must unfortunately have to come to an end. But God's love never ends. Hey, I want y'all to go and definitely check me out here on Linktree. Find out everything that I'm doing. So and connect with me as well. Also connect with Tamika right here. iworship96.com. Hey, an awesome station. Hey, it's a lot going on there. Just go check it out. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right. Hey. And you'll see all the many things that she's doing. Okay. Don't forget Wayna Crumley, The Glow. Hey, The Glow is coming. Tonight? What?
Midnight.
Okay. Midnight. Definitely. Man, hey, you need to go and get that single. All right. Hey, there she is right there behind me as well. Okay. And somebody said, hey, Brandon said $500 a week. Man, hey, honey, people got money.
Honey. Then you go and you get the micro links. That's minimum $1,500. Brandy, come on now. Yes, girl. You spend $200 to get some lashes done.
Man, come on now. So hey, we'll be back. Hey, hopefully full force here and things. Hey, any last words starting with you, Tamika?
I'm saying nothing else. I've left it all on the table.
You left it all. Hey, Tom.
I am spent.
You done Tom Brady it, huh?
Is that a good thing? Do I want a Tom Brady it?
Hey, that's a good. Hey, Tom is the GOAT. Tom, hey,
that's
yes.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, what services do you provide? Hey, go check out her website there. All right.
Well, for my website, Mo, in terms of services, Tamika Inc. I'm sorry, Ron. So.
I told you you got so many.
I didn't think I was gonna flow this way. I just thought I was gonna talk about music.
Okay. He said, let me get that promo pack for -99. Okay.
Hey, baby.
Man.
You didn't even offer a barter. Like, what is really good?
Hey, I'm supposed to pay you $1 to do you a favor.
Man, that is crazy, right? Pay you $1 to do you a favor, like getting fired on your day off. Yeah.
But that's how some people are. I know he was being funny, but that's how people are. You know what I mean? Tamika is my name. Tamika, Tamika. I'm proud of my name. Ink, like the ink pen, INK.com.
TamikaInc.com. Wow. Okay. Oh, hey, well, look, thank you so much. And hey, we are back. God is doing some great things, got some great people, and hey, we just going to the next level. And so if you're an artist out there, or whatever business that you have, hey, we would love to definitely connect with you. All right. All of us. Again, we all have our own prospective businesses, but again, we work together. As Tamika said earlier, she pays me for services, I pay her for services, pay Danny vice. That's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Especially again, those that know you. So, which I understand, it's like even the people that know you, they expecting something free all the time. It's like, look, all right, you'll go pay a stranger first before you'll pay me, and I'm like, no, that's not happening. And if our friendship is built upon me doing favors for you, then no, you need to leave. So, but that's neither here nor there. All right, y'all, for the 35th closing.
For the Baptist benediction.
I know, right?
All things come of thee.
Yes, we'll see you, Lord's willing, next week. You stay safe out there. Danny, was there anything that you want to say real quick?
No, we're good. We'll wait till next week.
All right. Hey, stay safe out there, guys. And remember, you matter in the kingdom of God. So don't compare yourself or your ministry to anyone else out there. All right. Hey, just do what you're told to just do what you're called to do, and you will be blessed. All right. Yeah. Hey, there. Hey, yes, exactly. Master Pro. Hey, Tamika, you said you wanted a shirt. So yeah, there it is. Now, chocolate goodness. And
I think that I am it.
yes, definitely. Hey, thank you as well, Bettina. Hopefully I said that correct. All right, guys. God bless you. We'll see you. I know. I'm trying to do good. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
See now. Here you go, right there at the end.